here to V from here. So V square, W mu square, the coupling is G square. Okay? So that gives you the mass term. So G square, V square is MW square. MW is GB. I have written EV, but EV, it is not electric coupling, but it is GB. That also gives you coupling of the physical Higgs to the W boson pair, H from here, W pair, and V from here. So it will be G square V times HWW. But G square V is the same as GMW. Okay? So you see the coupling of physical Higgs to gauge bosons is proportional to mass of the gauge boson. Because coupling is the same. So if it is, and whether it is a physical Higgs field or background Higgs field, background Higgs field gives you mass, physical Higgs field gives coupling. Okay. So Higgs will couple largely to massive gauge boson. Okay. Similarly, when you look coupling of Higgs to the fermions, okay, fermions get their mass from their coupling, equal coupling to the background Higgs field. I have not demonstrated why fermions cannot have bare mass, why it will break gauge invariance, like the M square was breaking gauge invariance. But in the next class I will show how fermions non-zero mass will also break gauge invariance. They cannot have non-zero mass explicitly in the Lagrangian. There will be explicit symmetry making. They can have mass only through spontaneous symmetry making. And then the fermion mass will be proportional to their coupling to the background Higgs field. Why top quark has big mass? Because it has big coupling to the background Higgs field, maximum coupling, say psi 1. Why electron has a small mass? But because it has only feeble coupling to the background Higgs field. Clear? So you see from here, the Higgs coupling to particles is proportional to their mass. So the most important channel for Higgs search are the heavy particle pair, Higgs going to W boson pair, Z boson pair, top quark pair, bottom pair, tau pair, or charge Higgs going to top bottom. Let's not worry about charge Higgs, let's look at neutral Higgs. The Higgs has been observed at 125 J in the decay into photon pair. You see, Higgs can go into W plus W minus. You see, Higgs is 125, W plus W minus is 160. Okay? How it can go? It can go through uncertainty principle. So this is the quantum correction. It goes into a W boson pair, and because it has charge, it can emit gamma, and then W boson can emit. So this is called the quantum loop. Without quantum uncertainty principle, you would not have this loop. So this is called quantum loop. And these can potentially give a divergence. Again, it's a simple point. Let's see why. Go to the rest system of the Higgs particle. Higgs going to the W boson pair. The W boson momentum can be anything. It is plus 1000 J, minus 1000 J. Momentum can be anything. Okay? Because you can have huge amount of kinetic energy violation because of uncertainty principle. I said momentum is 0.2 GeV because I was worried about the dimension of one Fermi. But here the dimension can be 0, it can go to the dimension 0. Okay? Space dimension 0. Okay? So then the mass can. So you have to integrate of the mass of the unphysical W boson going up to infinity. That integration can give you potential divergence. Okay? That divergence is consistently cancelled from the gauge symmetry of the W. Likewise, Higgs can go to a Z boson pair. Z boson at 180, 90, 180 J. How it can go? Again, one of the Z boson is physical going to mu plus mu minus, so mu minus 90 J. Another is unphysical. Okay, good. Its mass is offset. Its mass is maybe 20 J. Mass can be 20 J because of positive principle. So when you decay into electric position pair, one electric position pair will give you 20 J, another will give you 90 J. But when you take invariant mass of the whole thing, it will be on 20 J. So these are the two main discoveries. Okay, clear? When the LHC proposal was approved in the late 80s. At that time, Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister of Britain. He announced a prize that whoever can explain Higgs mechanism to the politicians will get a carton of champagne. The prize was won by an experimentalist from University of London, David Miller, who is a friend of mine. He in fact made a small movie out of that, as 5-inch movie. You can get it on the net. So this picture cartoon is taken from there. First of all, to make it understandable to politicians, you have to put in the parlance, the language of the politicians understand. Suppose there is a party meeting of Conservative Party, okay, members present, they're gathering there, maybe they're having a cocktail party, and Margaret Thatcher enters the room. So she will be surrounded by party men. All of them would have some complaint, some plea, some request. Okay. The slowly she will make her way. Then another group will follow. Slowly she makes her way. Another group will follow. Okay. So she will take a long time to go through the hall. Okay. Because her has a very strong interaction with the background Higgs field present in the room. Instead of her, suppose there was a sports minister. Okay, then only few people will go crowd around them. Okay. So it can go more. So she has effective less mass because she has effectively less interaction with the background. Clear? There is a version produced by CERN which will be closer to physicists or scientists. Suppose there is a science congress. So they are gathering in a hall, having a cocktail party. Some Nobel laureate enters. Again, there would be crowding around the Nobel laureate. Okay, so this should look for Nobel laureate. Okay, it took a long time to pass that because this interest. Suppose some non-descriptive professor like me enters. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 person knows me. It's like Sanjeev Agarwal, Sudhana, he crowd around me. I can go pass through more. Okay. So how people acquire effective mass because of the strength of their interaction. Okay. Finally, this is very important. How the Higgs gets mass. You see, Higgs boson is the excitement of the background field, it's not the background field. Background field has no mass, no energy, okay, but it is the excitement of the background field which gives you the physical explosion. That has mass, that you have to produce. Okay? You see, it is mistakenly called God particle. You can call it God field because background field is present everywhere. Okay, omnipresent. But to get a physical particle, you have to give it mass. So it is the excitement of the background field. Okay. The excitation of the background field, you have to spend money to build LHC to see that. It's not present everywhere. So it's not God particle. You can say God field, but it's not God particle. Okay? So it is said that, suppose there is some kind of a gossip, something very juicy gossip, someone tells you. Then there is a local excitement. Okay? So that local excitement, then the local excitement, then the next group hears that. So they crowd around the next, okay? Then the gossip travels. Okay, so this is how the physical Higgs boson gets its mass. Okay, this is for the layman, but in physics we know that there are many examples of spontaneous symmetry breaking from condensed matter to cosmology. The most common example is in the ferromagnet. When you heat a ferromagnet beyond a critical temperature, the atomic spins get randomly oriented. Okay? So this is the disordered system, but the disordered system has rotational symmetry because there is no preferred direction. So there is no preferred direction. So if you rotate it, it looks the same. Okay. if you cool it below a critical temperature, you see that they get aligned with one another because by Heisenberg's spin-spin interaction that gives you the ground state, that is the minimum for energy. So this is an order state, but order state has broken rotational symmetry. It has one direction, whatever be the direction. But one direction, if you rotate it, the direction will not reverse. So the rotational symmetry is off. Same thing happens in Higgs phenomena, except that it is not rotational symmetry in ordinary space, but in space of weak isospace. Clear? As per our current understanding of cosmology, such a symmetry breaking occurred a few picoseconds, 10 to the minus 11 seconds, few picoseconds after Big Bang, after the creation of the universe, where the temperature, that means average kinetic energy per particle, was few hundred GeV. We identify with temperature with average kinetic energy because we again use a convention where the Boltzmann constant K we put equal to 1. Okay? So this is when the phase transition took place. You see, in finite temperature field theory, one can see that the mass of a particle depends on the environment it is in, and when the average kinetic energy of the surrounding particles in the universe is going below 100 GeV. So this is when this phase transition occurring, like it occurred in the ferromagnetism. Okay? So this is when all the massive particles like W boson, Z boson, physical Higgs top quark, bottom quark, they got their mass. Okay? Below this temperature, above this temperature, below this time scale, all the particles were massless. This is when they got their mass. This is when the next phase transition occurred when the ambient temperature, like average kinetic energy per particle, was about 1 GeV, and the age of the universe was in the microsecond scale. This is when up and down quarks coalesced to form proton and neutron. So this is when color interaction was switched off, when matter became color neutral. Okay. Next stage was when the age of the universe was a few second scale, and the kinetic energy, that is the temperature, was in the MeV scale, which is the nuclear binding energy. So when neutron were bound with proton to form alpha particle. Finally, when the age was 4 lakh years and the temperature was electron volt scale, which is the atomic binding energy. This is when electron, proton got bound to form neutral hydrogen, which alpha particle form neutral. When matter became electrically neutral, so electromagnetic interaction was switched off. So after that switching off, then the tiny gravitational interaction took over from the gravitational fluctuation. The structure for this started. The present history of the universe is about 15 billion years. The temperature is 1 milli-electron volt, equivalent to 3 million. Okay. So, producing these particles in the lab, like quarks, lepton, studying quark, hadron phase transition, going to W boson, Z boson, Higgs top quark, which abounded in the early history of the universe, is like recreating dinosaurs a la Jurassic Park. But it is much more significant because it helps us to trace back the history of the universe to past few picoseconds of its creation. Discovery of Higgs boson throws light on the nature of phase transition the universe went through after the past few picoseconds of the creation. Okay, that answered the question of the first slide, why LSC? Okay, we needed LSC to throw light on the phase transition. But this story is not complete yet because we still have to the hierarchy problem, and in the standard model there is no explanation of the dark matter of the universe. These problems are solved by supersymmetry, which is being intensely searched at the Large Hadron Collider. But let me, as a practitioner of this game, let me tell you that Large Hadron Collider cannot make a comprehensive search for supersymmetry. Even if it does not see supersymmetry, it cannot exhaust the parameter space, so it has to go to a difference. Okay, I'll stop there. But this completes the standard model. Standard model means quarks, leptons, Higgs boson completes the standard model, but that is physics beyond the standard model because standard model has no explanation for the hierarchy problem, no explanation for dark matter. Standard model has no explanation for the non-zero mass of neutrino, as we will see in the next class. But this completes what is called the standard model of particle physics, that is quarks, leptons, gas bosons, Higgs boson.
So neutrino is also considered as an ideal candidate for dark matter.
That is not ordinary neutrino, that is a special kind of neutrino. You see, about 30 years back, neutrino were, not 30 years, maybe 50 years back, neutrino were considered. You see, Ramnath Kaushik had written a paper on that. So that is out. Not the standard neutrino. You have to have some sterile neutrino, some exotic kind of neutrino, not the standard one.
Also, it can't give you the exact amount of relic density that you need. It can partially answer the question, but
No.
I think it has some problem with structure.
No, look. Okay. Neutrino, if it is a major component of the dark matter, then structure formation will not take place. Okay. So you have a very strict limit how small the neutrino mass has to be to survive structure formation. So that gives you actually more stringent limit, upper limit on neutrino mass.
right.
Okay. Now say neutrino mass can be zero as far as that. Okay. So it can tolerate a minute contribution, but that only tolerate. Okay. It does not need neutrino.
I also read that two forces act on neutrinos, strong force and gravitational force.
Sorry.
Two fundamental forces acts on neutrinos.
Weak force and gravitational force.
How gravitational force means?
Gravitational force, you say, gravitational force, okay. Equivalent of charge for gravitational force is not mass but energy momentum. Okay. So anything which is carrying energy momentum has gravitational interaction. It is very tiny interaction, but anything carrying energy momentum will have gravitational.